Hi everyone, I'm Jane from Shoebox Studio. So I have some plans for 2025 and I wanted to share them with you today while I build some mushrooms. So I'm trying to work with 2 camera angles. We shall see how this goes. All very new to me. I'm just really diving into videos this year. I want to get, I just want to do some different content. So I've been doing the kiln openings, as you would know, those that have watched me before. So I will continue to do them, of course, but I don't actually have one of them probably due till the start of February at least now, because I've had a break. I had a big break. I needed a big break. It felt like at the end of last year I was just done, and so I took a break, and it's taken me a bit to get back into it. So I know most of the potters, so good, got back to it already. Me, I'm just starting now here on the 14th of January. So yes, so as I said, I'll do some mushrooms with the other camera angle as well while I chat to you today. So yeah, let's start talking about what we've got in our clay. So I am using a Clayworks yellow gold, so it's a speckled clay as well. Clayworks, I think, is an Australian brand, so it's I don't know if you'll be able to get it. I don't think you'll get it overseas, but it's a lovely clay. I like to use this for all my mushrooms. So usually I start by doing all the mushroom heads, and then I move on to doing the stems afterwards. So, and I've just realised I'm missing a few tools here. Not very organised. I'm still getting back into it. Okay, but anyway, let's start with the mushroom heads. I can grab the tools, pause the video and do it later. So I've got my piece of clay. Basically I rolled it into a ball to start with. And this is recycled-ish clay, as in it's clay that I used on the wheel, and the bits that I cut off or the pieces that didn't work just went back in the bag as very sloppy clay, and I just left it like that until it's dried out enough for me to use it. Okay, so I've got a ball of clay, and then I'm going to basically make a mini pinch pot. The ball of clay is totally up to you what size you want, depending what size mushroom you want. So I'm going to thumb in it. My thumb in the plum is how I used to tell my kids when I was teaching pottery. Well, I still teach pottery, but when I taught kids pottery. So you want your thumb in the plum. And then you're just going to work it around. So I'm moving the clay around the whole time. So yeah, I'm working with 2 camera angles, as I said, 2 cameras. My son gifted me this awesome little Sony, what's it called, EV10, I think. So this is really getting its trial run, so I really hope this works. Okay, so I'm just pinching this around to get myself basically a mini bowl. And I'm going to make it a little bit thinner than that. Okay, this is going to be a bit harder than I thought, trying to concentrate on talking to you as I'm demonstrating how to make these mushrooms as well. Okay, so I've got a few little cracks, so let's just smooth them out. I don't tend to add too much water when I am hand building till the very end. I feel it makes the clay too hard to work with. So I'm just going to smooth those cracks with my fingers. The clay is still wet enough to do that. And I don't worry about evening up the edges or anything like that. It's a mushroom. It's supposed to be organic. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat. So there's nothing like perfect about it. So that's my little mushroom head. So we'll put that aside. And I will make a few more of them. As I said, I'd like to make a lot of heads and then do the stems. So I'll make some more of them while I chat to you about my plans for 2025 and for Shoebox Studio. So, I have big plans this year. I feel like this is the year for Shoebox Studio. I feel like it's going to, I don't know, I just feel like it's going to take off this year. I'm not sure why, it's just a feeling I've got, which is a great feeling to have. I was a little worried, anxiety sort of kicked in the last couple of weeks because I thought I haven't started yet. My goodness, we're halfway through January and I haven't started yet, but I just needed that break. This is the first time I've touched clay since before Christmas. Yeah, so lots of plans. So to start with is growing this YouTube channel. So I'm hoping that's something you guys can all help me out with, because, yeah, well, obviously I can't grow a YouTube channel without you. So the way you can help me grow and help other channels grow is you can like the videos, subscribe to the channels, comment on the videos. Comments help the algorithm a lot too, so please comment, whatever. It can be a tiny little thing to say hi, whatever. Comments and interactions help the videos a lot. And then the other big thing you can do is share. So there's a little button there that you can share the video. So you can share it around to people that may be interested, that may not have seen, may not have found me or other potters before, and that really helps as well. So my goal, I've only been going with YouTube for I think this will only be the 3rd month, so I'm very new, very small. My subscribers I think is only at, actually I haven't checked it for a little while, but I think the last time I was only at, is it 400 and something? I'm not sure. But even to achieve the first step of like monetization, I have to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I think it is. So yeah, that's my first goal this year. I want to get, yeah, I want to get you interested. I want you to watch, so please do. As I said, I'll be doing kiln opening still, but I'm going to have a lot more tutorial videos as well. And you'll just have to excuse me while I work out how to do all this. As I said, I'm very new to it. I've never done any sort of filming sort of stuff ever. So yeah, it's going to take me a bit. So I hope you can bear with me and bear with the probably not so great videos to start with, but they can only get better. Okay, so that's first thing, grow my YouTube channel. I'd love to get monetized, and now I don't want to make a lot of money out of it. It's just I'd love to make a little bit every month to help out towards you know, glazes, whatever, just to keep everything going. So yeah, that would be awesome. So I hope to achieve monetization within the next couple of months, at least at the maximum. As in, I'd like to be monetized by the end of February if all goes well. We shall see. But anyway, okay. The other thing still on sort of the social media game is, yes, I want to get more content happening. So my poor old Instagram and other social media has been very much neglected lately, for a long time actually. I don't know, I got going for a little while and then I stopped. So that's the next thing. I need to start getting things to Instagram as well, keep up with that social media. And then, I mean, with Instagram you can multi-post, I think, with Facebook, so hopefully I can just do them all as one thing. And then, yes, maybe using some of these parts of these videos on Instagram for shorts and things like that. On videos, I sort of plan to film pretty much everything I do this year. So Jeanette from Forest Ceramics has helped me out with a way to organise all these videos so I can keep up with them. So she's actually sent me, she's so beautiful, she sent me a template for a spreadsheet for Excel, because I have no idea how to use Excel. Well, I didn't until Jeanette sent me this template, and then also she sent me a video explaining everything with a screen, what do you call it, screen record, showing me how to use it. which was amazing. So thank you so much for that, Jeanette. I appreciate it so much. So yes, I've got that, so I'll be able to organise my videos and hopefully have a lot more content for you, because I know I've been pretty absent the last month and a half, month probably, since the last kiln unload basically. So yeah, just going to film everything and then try and get some great videos up for you, some tutorials and some chat with me, things like this. Yeah, so let me know what you like to see. I know everyone's gonna like different bits and pieces, so I probably won't stop doing either or. I'll always do both to keep everyone interested, but I'd love to hear what you like to watch, what you like to see from other potters. So yeah. Next thing I've got down is, I'm not sure about this one yet, but I have a website online. It's been neglected as well. I haven't had anything for sale, or I haven't had the the checkout turned on. I think that's what it is, something like that. So it's like, as in you can view things but you can't purchase on there at the moment. So I want to get that sort of up and running, because as much as I love doing markets, they are so much work, so much work. So I'd like to have my online shop to be able to do little shop drops every now and then to sort of fill in between markets, so I'm not just continuously doing markets. So yeah, my online webpage, needs a little revamp. It's actually not too bad. It actually looks alright. I think I'm pretty proud of myself for how I put that one together. I had no idea what I was doing, but I used Square, as in, you know, I don't know, a lot of people use the Square terminals for taking payments. So they have a website builder as well, so I use them, and which is awesome because it just links everything to my point of sale. So I'm used their website builder and found it really easy to use. So I've got to catch all that up, get it all updated, because I have a events page on that, and I think it's still got events from the start of last year. So yeah, I got to get in onto that. Yes, the web page. I also would like this year, although I'm not sure if I'm going to get to it, is I want to rebrand. I sort of wanted to change the name of Shoebox Studio, mainly because people hear Shoebox Studio and they have no idea what it is. So to explain it to you guys, the reason I called my little business Shoebox Studio is, as I said, oh no, I didn't say that was in the last video. I started out as teaching art, so Shoebox Studio was a little sort of nod to my tiny little studio that I work out of, which I have shot a video of a bit of a studio tour, which will be probably up next week for you to have a look at. But it's a tiny little studio, so I called it my Shoebox Studio. And also it was sort of a bit of a nod back to when I was a kid and I did art and stored all your little art bits and pieces in shoeboxes. So that's where Shoebox Studio came from. So the only thing is, it doesn't say ceramics. Like, it's not in the name, Shoebox Studio Ceramics. Sometimes I add ceramics to the end when I'm applying for markets, just Shoebox Studio Ceramics, so the market organisers know what I do. But yeah, I sort of want to rebrand. I mean, I've never really had a logo or anything anyway, so I want to get a nice logo happening. I'll probably keep the name. I think I will keep the name because people know me by that now. I mean, my customers know me by that now, so we'll keep the name. But yeah, I just want to work out some nice branding. But I'm not very good at that stuff either, so whether it'll be a matter of heading on to, is it Fiverr or one of those places where you can just hire people to do bits and pieces like that for you, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's another thing I want to get done this year is, just to get everything coordinated, I guess, and just have it look a bit more professional. Something I want to do for me is I want to get some personal projects done this year. I have put so much emphasis on making to sell, and I think that's what burnt me out at the end of last year and why it's taken me so long to get back into it. Because I'm continually making to sell. And that gets hard. It really does get hard. I don't know if you saw my kiln opening, second last one last year, I think it was, with the Christmas tree that I fell in love with and got all emotional over, and quite embarrassing. But anyway, and I think the reason I got so emotional is because I knew I was going to sell it. I knew I was going to do it. Because that's what I do. I make to sell. And I did. I sold it. I didn't regret selling it. I really didn't, because it meant that someone else got to enjoy it too. So honestly, I didn't regret selling it at all. But I just want to do projects that when I sit down and make them, I'm making them for me. Like, it's not sitting there, maybe it'll be for me, maybe it'll be to sell. It is, okay, this is mine. This is not going anywhere. When it comes out of that kiln, it goes into my house, and that's where it stays. So I want to do some of those sort of things. So one of the big projects I've got to do, which will also be another video series that I'm going to start, is we built a pizza oven my husband was off for Christmas. My parents were visiting as well, so my husband, my eldest son, and my dad all got in and got our pizza oven built. Now, the shell of the pizza oven had been sitting in the garage for 3 years, maybe 2 years, I don't know, but a long time. So finally it's built, but it's been put on a cement base, and the cement base is pretty average. So my first big project is I'm going to make the tiles to cover that cement base. So sort of like a mosaic. So not to the point where I'm breaking up tiles and making an image with it. It's more I'm just going to make probably pretty uniform tiles, pretty square tiles, with different textures, with different just different fun stuff on them. Amongst that, I'm going to get all my kids to do a tile each as well, so there's a bit of nostalgia in it too. And then I'll basically attach them, mosaic them sort of onto these around the base of the pizza oven. My husband also wants me to do the actual dome of the pizza oven, but that could be a next stage of the project, because that'll be little tiles, and that'll probably be breaking up tiles and stuff. So that's my first personal project, making tiles, a lot of tiles. So that is first personal project. Then there's a couple other things I want to do. I'm terrible at gardening. Fine with indoor plants. Outdoor, no. You'll see you might get a glimpse of it in my studio tour if you get a glimpse out the window. Not my gardens. Well, they're not gardens. My weed beds, that's what we'll call them, look like. So basically, I want to do a sculpture garden. So I want to take all the weeds out and basically just probably pebble the beds, and I want to make sculptures that go on little stakes and do a whole sculpture garden. So nothing needs watering. We do have pretty harsh weather out the front here, so really plants don't grow great out there anyway. But just some sculptures. I've got a sort of oceany theme in mind. Also want to do a bird bath and that sort of thing. So I really want to art up the front of my house, basically. So that's another project I've got. And then there's several other things. I've been meaning to do our family a dinner set since I started pottery. Still not done. So that's another thing on the agenda. Okay, so I'm going to skip back to down here because I'm going to put some stems in these mushrooms. Now, I need to grab some tools though. So I'm going to pause for a moment while I go and grab the tools that I need to do this. Sorry, just still fiddling with the mushroom tops. Actually, how are they? Yeah. So these first ones are ready for some stems. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I have planned to get 30 done today. That's usually what I do in mushrooms. Okay, so let me pause you for a sec and I will go and grab these tools that I need. Okay, back again. So basically I went and grabbed just a paintbrush, a scoring tool, which is just my mud tools. I love this little scoring tool. Slip, which I'm not sure if I'll use slip or just vinegar. I'll probably use a bit of slip. Okay, so I have our mushrooms. So on the so actually, you know what? I need to do the stems first. Okay, yep. I'm going to do the stems. Sorry. As I said, I'm still getting used to this. Tutorials are a different thing. Okay, so stems. So another bit of clay. So I don't weigh it, and once I make the stem, then I just see which mushroom head it fits with. So again, I usually start off with a ball because I just find that easier. But then with this one, we're going to just roll it a bit, but make it thinner up one end. So a bit of a carrot shape. So once I've done that, I'll sort of then just pinch it. Because I like the base to be a lot wider. And I have a delivery here now, which is why. Okay, so sorry about that. Just had a delivery arrive. So I was saying, let me show you again. Let's get another piece of clay. So as you can see, this is quite an informal video. So roll in a ball, just to get myself started, and then I will usually roll it into a bit of a carrot shape just to get it thinner up the top, either on your board or in your hands, and then I'll sort of pinch this, so I want it narrower up the top, wider down the base. And then I've got sort of that shape, and then I'm going to give it a good tap to get that base nice and flat, and then I'll usually give it a little pinch around there again. Okay, so I've got my stem, and then I'll work out what mushroom top suits it. It's probably a lily. Let's do that one. Okay, so now I need to, actually let's get one of these ones that are set up a bit more. So now on the inside of the mushroom cup, I'm going to score just in the top there. So just like that, scratch it up. And then I'm also going to do that on the top of the stem. Okay. I'm going to grab my slip. Maybe not, it's dried out. As I said, I haven't been back touching clay for a while. Oh, there's a little bit of wet stuff there. Bit of slip. I usually put it in pretty thick down here. Okay, apologies, my son just came in to say good morning. Okay, so I've got fairly thick slip in there. I usually give my mushroom head a little bit of a mushroom stem, a bit of a dip too, but being that my slip's nearly dry. And then mushroom stem into the head and a little twist about, just to get those two bits of clay meshing together. And you'll see at the moment, I don't know, can I show that? It's actually still pretty messy inside, but I can clean that up with a brush once it sets up a little bit. But that really makes sure it holds it into place. Okay, and then I can sit my mushroom to dry out. I actually think I've done that one a little bit I don't know, probably not proportioned right, but that's alright, I don't mind it. A little bit different. They all look different. So it's one little mushroom. Okay. Yeah, that's basically a mushroom. So they're very easy to make. As I said, I usually make most of the heads first, then go and do the stems, so I can let the head set up for a bit. The cups, whatever you want to call them. I'll get another stem made here. I might wet down my slip a little bit. Let that soak in. Actually, while that's soaking in, I'll probably just use some vinegar. I do like vinegar for joining, it's quite nice, but maybe with the mushrooms the slip is better. Okay, let's see. This looks a bit big. Let's go with that one. Okay, so again, we're just going to score the inside. Like that. Score the top. Like that. Mix my slip up a bit. Just try and get some of that moisture back through it. It's a bit coarse at the moment. Needs some smoothing, but anyway. Okay, so we're going to dip the stem in my slip. And get the brush and put some slip in here. And then twist give them a wiggle. Get those two pieces of clay grabbing. And there's another little mushroom. See them decide to dry. I'm actually going to put them over there behind the camera so I don't knock them. Hey, so where were we up to? Talking about personal projects. So yes, I do plan to get a lot more personal projects done this year. What else did I have down? Oh, and on that sort of note, I want to make one day during the week just a personal day, where I don't have to be in the studio, don't have to be making. It's just a day I can do some stuff for myself, whether that's run errands, which is often the case, or just get myself out and about a little bit, maybe head into the city to the gallery, or just go to a park and sketch for a bit, or go to the beach and just enjoy the waves, go for a walk, all that sort of thing, a bit of a hike. So yeah, Fridays are going to be my personal day, where it's not about doing anything pottery related, it's about doing stuff for me. I'm a bit of a, I love my quiet time, so when the kids are all at school, my husband's at work, I do love having a place to myself. I love alone time, I actually do love it. I also love company, but sometimes I'm also like being alone. That's not to say I don't want to be around my family and that sort of thing. It's just, I don't know, I savour those moments. So yes, so Fridays are going to be my time for me, and maybe I'll catch up. There's also have a best friend that usually has Mondays and Fridays off, so I'll probably do stuff with her every now and then as well. So yeah, throwing in personal days, and I don't want to be organising for markets on a Friday, so I want that to all be done by the Thursday. So on that, markets. So last year I was oh gosh, it was such a rush. Every market was such a rush. I was getting, as in, I'm unloading a kiln the night before the market, and that just, it wasn't on. It was just too much. So yes, I don't want to be doing that this time. I want to be more organized. I say that every single year, but I have a plan this year. I do have a plan. I've written out a calendar which has got blocks, spaces of where I'm working on things for each market, and I plan to have the stock for each market finished well and truly before the market. So yeah, so sort of have it all ready to go, all glazed, all packed up in boxes, ready to be take to a market at least a week before the market. So yes, that's, I want to be more organised. I don't want to be doing last minute kiln openings anymore. It's too stressful. I'd love to have a bit of a backlog of bisque pieces that I can just glaze up if I need to top up. But that, I don't know, I think I've left it too late. I should have started at the start of this year doing that sort of stuff, because my first market is March the 8th. Today is January the 14th. So I mean, I've still got quite a bit of time, really. But I sort of all that time I've now dedicated to getting things ready for this market, apart from starting my mosaic project for my pizza oven. So these mushies there for this market coming. I'm totally out of mushrooms, so I needed more mushrooms. It's called the Garden and Gourmet, so I'm sort of theming my products towards that. So the mushies are little garden ornaments. I mean, pottery basically is garden and gourmet, isn't it? So my mugs, platters, some bigger bowls. I want to do some bigger bowls, things like that. But I've got it all planned out when I'm going to be working on each piece, each thing. So today I do have to get 30 mushrooms done to meet my goal, and I also would like to get on the wheel, but we shall see because it's been a while, and throw some dip and spoon sets. So yeah, that's being more organised. Big thing for me. What else do I have down here? Oh, so I have a big purchase goal for this year too. I want a baby kiln. So last year this one came up on Marketplace for $1,500, a little scut, little, was it 44 or 40 litre kiln? Was it that much? Little kiln anyway. But I was too late. Just too late. A guy had already inquired about it, was on his way to see it. So I missed it, and I was gutted because it was like $1,500, perfect working order, scut. These kilns are usually $3,000 to $4,000 over here, I think, 3,000 to 4,000. So it would have been perfect, because what I want a baby kiln for is I do luster pieces, but all the pieces I do luster on are tiny, and so it's such a waste when I do a kiln load and, oh sorry, tickle my nose, a kiln load and it's just like one shelf full of luster. So I hate doing that. So yeah, I'd really love a baby kiln to be able to do my luster in. I just want a single phase, so I don't have to worry about getting it wired in, because it's not going to have to go to big temperatures anyway for luster. But also to do, when I just want to do some test tiles quickly and just check that I am happy with the glaze before I put it on any major projects, I'd like it for that, for little test pieces, and just when I've got that little bit of stuff that I just need to get through before I do a next kiln load. It'd be really good to have a little baby kiln. So that's my goal, my purchase goal for this year, is a little baby kiln. So I'm looking probably about, I reckon, by the time we get it here, it's going to be close to 5,000. Hopefully not that much, but it could be. Yeah, so that's my big purchase goal. I've got a couple of notes here. Oh, yes. One other big thing I want to do it's been on my agenda for a little while, but I want to teach workshops. So I have been teaching workshops. I teach at an art cafe in Rockingham called Mug and Brush, and they hire me to teach. So they just pay me an hourly wage and they provide all the materials, that sort of thing. Oh, sorry, my nose is itchy. It's always when you've got clay all over your hands, isn't it, that your nose gets itchy. So I've been teaching workshops for years and years. 8 or more years I've been teaching workshops. Not all pottery. Pottery's only been the last 4 years. But before that I taught a lot of art workshops. I taught a lot of kids art workshops. I had like a term program with kids that I taught art to, which had a mix of pottery and mixed media and all sorts of watercolours, acrylics, everything. So I do enjoy, and I did adults workshops as well. At Mug and Brush I taught the wheel workshops and things. That was adult workshops, and I really enjoy teaching adult workshops, not so much kids. I mean, I do enjoy teaching the kids workshops, but it's a lot of work and it exhausts me. I have 4 children at home already. I'm not sure I want to deal with too many more at once. So yeah, I want to teach workshops for myself this year though. So being that my studio is a shoebox, I've started planning workshops where I come to you. So it's called I'll Bring the Mud. So basically I come to a person's home where they've organised a group of people to sit and do a workshop with me. So it'll be mainly, well, it will be hand building because I don't have any portable wheels at the moment. I don't have a space to teach the wheel unless I hire space from Mug and Brush. So yeah, I'll bring the mud. So it just basically means that I'll bring everything. You just bring yourselves, and we'll sit there and create together. I'll teach you how to do mugs or platters or, I don't know, mushies, whatever. So I've got a lot of ideas for that. So that is something I need to get going very soon because I started telling people about it at my markets at the end of last year and there was a lot of interest. So yes, I'll bring the mud. That is big plans for that this year. And then what else have I got there? Oh, just a couple of personal things. I want to get back to the gym because I haven't made time for myself, so I need to make some time for myself. So things like getting back to the gym. I want to start my paddleboarding and my hiking and everything again. I love doing all that sort of thing. So just getting some time for myself again, just so I don't burn out again. I don't want to do that again and struggle to get back into things. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have planned for this year. It's a lot. I haven't called it goals as such, except for the purchase goal, which is the baby kiln. That's a goal. And the reaching monetization with YouTube. That's a goal. But everything else is just things I want to do. I'm not calling it goals. I feel like goals puts a lot of pressure on yourself. So yeah, things I want to do. So yeah, I hope you were able to bear with me through all that. I am making some more stems for these mushrooms now. Another little one. I've got to make some bigger stems. Yeah, and I hope it's sort of been able to see how to make the mushrooms as well. I might just give you another quick little rundown on the whole process just here. So this will be down at the other camera angle. So we roll a ball of clay. So this is for the mushroom tops. Roll a ball of clay. Pinch it out to a little mini ball. And smooth out any bits and pieces. And then for the stem, try and do a bigger one. This one, not that big. Again, I start with a ball, just find it easier to start with a ball. Bit of a carrot shape. And then I'm just going to pinch that end a little bit smaller. Get that little bulby thing happening. And something I did start doing at the end of last year was putting a little bit of a indent down here, because I found sometimes the clay was sort of bulging out this way again, and so it was making it wobble. So if I do a little indent, that sort of gives me a foot in a way, and that sort of stops it from getting to that wobbly stage, so that it stays flat and sits better. Okay, so we have our stem. We're going to put our mushroom head on top. So we're going to score inside there. Score on top of here. Just give my slip a little stir. And of course the slip's the same clay as the mushrooms. I can dip that. So I've got some slip on there. Bit of slip in the mushroom head. And then together, and give them a little twist until they grab. And up the right way. Adjust the head to however you want it. And there's another little mushy. Try to find some space to sit in. Okay. So yeah, I'll work on dozens of these at a time, usually 30 at a time. So that's what I'm doing for the next bit of time. So yeah, there's a mushy tutorial. There's a little chat. So yeah, thank you for being with me. Please subscribe, please like, please drop me any comments or questions below. I'd love to chat back, and I do try to respond to everyone. It's not always immediately, but I try to get back to you as soon as I can. Mondays, that's another thing I've got set for this year. Mondays are admin days, so that's where I'll be responding to comments, editing and uploading videos and that sort of thing. There will be, now I'm going to say this, so you're going to hold me to it, there will be a video at least once a week. Okay? Ooh, I said it now, I'm stuck with it. Once a week there will be a video of some sort from me. So yeah, please subscribe, please hit that little notification bell so you'll know when the next video is coming up and you don't miss anything. And I would love to see you and love to chat to you down below and get to know some more of this beautiful pottery community that I feel so privileged to be a part of. So yeah, thank you very much for being with me, and I shall see you again soon. I hope you can find a way to get some creativity into your day. Thank you. Bye.